So today is the last day or last full day that the pigs are here on the property. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna haul them off to the processor. So today I have to get them, I would like to get them inside of the trailer today, or at least tonight, and get them closed in there. That way they're ready to go in the morning because we're gonna have to leave about 7 a.m. So it'd be easier if I can get them locked in there tonight. Hey pigs, I got you some more apples. You like apples? Yeah, there you go. It's inside of there. Get in there. Oh, I got the good stuff now. Here's some marshmallows. Get up here. I know you guys are getting hungry. Don't break that loading chute, man. Gotta get in there, boys. So I have yet to see more than one pig in the trailer at a time, and they don't seem to want to get much past the door, and then they like to turn around and come right back out, just like he did. So keep on putting treats in there. We know they're going in there. You can tell they've been inside. The treats are missing, but I think this is really going to be difficult to get all three in there. So I'm just going to keep trying to feed them a little bit here and there all day long. The only food they have is in that trailer, so they have to go in there and eat. So hopefully we'll get them locked in here this evening. Hi, piggies. Hi, buddy. How are you? If you come in further, maybe the rest of them will come in further. Look, here's your feed. Look, there's apples. There you go. So to increase my chances of getting these guys loaded today, I'm going to go ahead and put the fencing panels back at the back of this training pen area. I'm going to try to lock them in this small area, and then hopefully it's easier to get them in the trailer later tonight if they don't go in willingly. It's hard to get that in there. There we go. You guys are in. All right, I got the fence panels on the back of this training pen area, so now they're just in here. And I'm thinking about running to the farm store and buying a couple more so I can put a couple panels to line up with the ramp so that I can make like a little chute so it's easy to push the pigs up into the trailer. So I think I'm gonna try to move their little shelter here. I'm gonna try to spin it a little bit so that it lines up with the loading chute a little bit better so that I can put a fence panel across here and somewhat make a short alley into the ramp. I don't know if this will work. May need a tractor to do it, but we'll give it a shot. Oh. Well, I spun it a little bit. I'd like to close up that gap he just walked through. See if I can push it a little bit more, and then try to spin the front that way a little bit more. This isn't very comfortable, by the way. Oh, don't do this at home unless you want to visit the chiropractor. Oh, that's pretty close. I don't think they're gonna squeeze through there. Well, it's a good thing the ground isn't frozen because I'm gonna go ahead and put a few T-posts in along here so we can get that fence panel put in there. And then hopefully this will make everything easier when it goes time to load. You can't turn around, I know. You gotta back up. Makes it tough, doesn't it? I totally just put a zip tie around the post and not the fence. Good job, Evan. All right, it is secure. So our little loading alley here is just narrow enough that they really can't turn around in it. So hopefully that'll be good when we go to load them. But I'm just gonna let them get used to it for a while, and we'll come back this evening and try to get them in here. So out here at the pond, it has thawed back out. We've had some warm weather the last few days, and I did get the aerator pump working. It was locked up for some reason. I got started, it was very rough for a little while, but I think it's gonna work, and I have a spare pump now because I did buy one. But we're gonna go ahead and move an aerator forward closer to the shoreline to make a thawed out area for the ducks to be able to swim in. So I just need to get in the boat, get out there, see if I can move one. One of these days I'm gonna buy some new paddles for this thing. Oh, fighting the wind. Fighting the wind with a broken paddle. All right. Oh wow, that one's almost broke too. Looks like something's been chewing on the ropes. All right, one aerator. Oh no, I forgot to put the cork back in the boat. It's filling up with water. Luckily, I think it's a slow, it's only like an inch deep right now. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. The hose is getting caught in the oar. My boat's filling up with water. It's not good. Probably right about here. I think here's about good. All right. Boy, that wind is not helping me at all. Oh, it's gonna blow me into this stupid tree. All right. I'm probably gonna get wet. Whew. All right, I made it. Oh, it's a lot heavier with water in it. Oh, oh. I think I'm gonna have to let it sit here for a while. Well, we'll give this a little bit of time to drain this water out of here. All right, I kicked the aerator back on and it came right on this time. I didn't have to jack with it to get it going. That's good. We have a mouse problem. So inside that aerator cabinet, there's actually valves where you can turn off each one. And I turned off the one that's out there in the deepest water. That I think is always the problem one I have. And I'll let the other three go. But this one right here that's closest is so shallow that it's like a rolling boil. It just makes a lot of movement in the water. And all that water is gonna move enough that'll keep it from freezing. And the ducks will always have somewhere they can swim and have a place for safety. So my day just keeps getting better and better. The wind ended up blowing and it knocked over my tripod, so the camera and microphone went right in the pond. And water just pouring out of both of them, camera and microphones. So I had to switch all my gear. Of course I had to jump in the water and get it, so my leg and boots are soaking wet. Yeah, my day just keeps on getting better and better. And that camera and microphone, I bet you they're probably less than 2 months old. So like I said, the last few days, the weather had been in the 40s and 50s, a lot nicer out. And I have been working on adding more solar to the workshop. So I've been up on the workshop roof installing more rails to mount solar panels. And I've also run conduit and wire from the roof down to the solar power room. That's what I've been doing the last few days. And those videos are going to be on our other channel, Country View Solar, if you're interested in that. So last time I used the chainsaw, I can't even remember what it was for, but the Husqvarna wouldn't run. So I need to look at that, see if I get the chainsaw running. And then I think both chainsaws need to have their chain sharpened. So let's work on that because we're going to be needing to cut up some trees here pretty soon. This little plastic thing right here, this is like the air filter. Boy, it is full of junk. I think you can pop this apart. Oh yeah, be a lot easier to blow it out from the inside. Well, this may be a mistake. I'm gonna try it anyway. Choke and carb cleaner. Well, I can see light through it now, so see if that makes a difference. There you go. So I think this chainsaw is from like 2008. So it's like 16 years old or something. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I've had that happen probably a couple times now, where it just don't start at all, and it ends up being, it just needs the air filter cleaned. And I say the chainsaw's from 2008, but that's, I think, when we added our addition to our house in town, and I probably actually had this before that. Probably like 2006 would be closer. So yeah, it's like 18-year-old chainsaw. So as we look at the teeth here on the chainsaw, you can see there's a little mark that's the farthest you can sharpen it, and we've got, I don't know, about 1/16 of an inch left on that tooth. There's a little bit left on that one, a little more left on that one. So the teeth are worn down pretty good, and then I've got a couple on here that are bent fairly badly. And this has been the saw that I've used on cutting off stumps anytime you're going to be in the dirt, or you might have a chance of getting into metal or something like that. This has been my sacrificial chain that I have used, and I think it's time to go ahead and just change it. I've got a brand new chain. We'll put it on, and then this saw will be ready to go. Probably have to back this up pretty good for a new chain. Cleaned up pretty good just for some air. I don't know if air is going to touch this thing, man. It is pretty dirty. Well, I think I got it clean, but I got me dirty instead. I got stuff all over me. Not perfect, but a lot better. So I've got a new bar as well, but when I mash it up, it's a little bit bigger. I don't know if you can tell. You can see this white line right here. It's probably 1/8 of an inch bigger on each side. I don't know if that'll matter. I think I'll go ahead and just put on the new one and try it out. Make sure it matches everything here. 50,000th groove and a 325 chain. That's what this one is. So I think I'll just put a new bar on, and I'm saving this one as a spare. Seems like when you first put a chain in, it seems awfully tight, and then you just finally get it going, and now it's practically coming out of the bar. So when I first built this vise stand, it's like the perfect height for when you want to wrench on something, but for this chainsaw, it's a little high. I like to make another one that's about 6 inches shorter. All right, back to the beginning. All right, we made it all the way around. They're all sharp. Well, since I started that little job with the chainsaws, the wind has picked up and the temperature has dropped. It is getting cold. So I'll probably have to burn a fire here pretty soon. But the last few days, since it warmed up, we probably only burnt maybe like 10 logs since I loaded this thing up a few days ago. And the difference between when it's in the 40s and when it's in the 20s is a huge difference on how much firewood we burn. When it gets down to where in the highs are in the 20s, we're pretty much got a fire going constantly. When it's in the 40s, it's maybe once a day. And then there's actually been, I think yesterday we didn't even burn a fire at all. So it's a big difference. And I know I have a lot of people ask me why, if I was ever interested in doing a wood boiler. Well, the problem with a wood boiler is you have to burn it every day for the entire season so that you keep things from freezing, you keep that water flowing. And yeah, with the fireplace and with the house being really insulated and everything, because it's actually spray foam. This is siding. It's not real logs. This is siding. It's got 6 inches of spray foam insulation in here, and it's tight. So we only burn like a couple cords of wood a year to heat this house. And so no, I would not do a wood boiler because I would end up burning about 10 cords of wood a year, which is 10 times as much, or at least 5 times as much work for being able to heat the house. And I think the way we're doing it is the most efficient. So this year, since we're planning on tearing down the firewood shed and then building it back to next year, we're intentionally running ourselves pretty much out of split in seasoned firewood. And I think there's some people who had some trouble with that statement, but with us only burning 2 cords a year, I think we're roughly have the correct amount for us to get through the season. We can actually heat this house 3 different ways. We have a propane furnace, we have a heat pump, and then we have the wood burning fireplace. And we always burn wood because it's the cheapest. But the problem with running out of seasoned firewood is we won't have any for next year, so definitely gonna have to split a bunch of wood this winter. That way it is seasoned for almost a year for next year. So I think this winter we will do a bunch of splitting wood and getting it stacked up so that we have enough for next year. I'm not really worried about this year, but we need to make sure we're planning for next year. Well, it appears that you guys have escaped your little pen. How are we going to get you guys back in there? You guys are going to be hard to load, aren't you? You guys are crunching on nuts, aren't you? Right here's the area where we dumped all the apples and peaches from the orchard, and they have rooted this up like the last month, and they're digging those peach pits out, and they're crunching on them. They're eating them. They do the same with walnuts. There's a bunch of walnut trees in here and they eat the nuts. Well, enjoy it while you can there, bud. Well, I guess I need to get in here and figure out how they escaped. I only had it secured with just a couple zip ties. They probably busted one, I guess. Oh, I see where you got out. You flapped this over in the corner right here. You got this on the other side of the post. What are you doing? Quit eating my boot. Quit eating my pants. You're not supposed to do that. Piggies are getting their revenge. Every time we have pigs in here, they always uncover more junk. This was a trash pile in here, man. There's some weights, some more weights, some more weights. Somebody like to lift weights. Mason jar, trash everywhere. And every year after the pigs leave, we come in here and we clean it up. And next year we'll have more. It's like a never-ending trash pile in here. The pigs are like archaeologists. They keep on digging up all these artifacts. Hey Nala, let me pet you. If I don't pet you, people think I'm a cat hater. Yeah. Well, apparently you guys are figuring your way in and out. These zip ties are supposed to hold 120 pounds. Not 350 there, biscuit. You're gonna make me zip tie the crap out of this thing, aren't you? All right, I got their fence tied back down and they're inside here again. One's in the trailer, one's on the ramp. Of course, one's back here. It would be nice to get them in there. They are going to be a pain. When pigs don't want to move, they don't move. I'm gonna need like 2 bags of marshmallows. So you gotta root in here and get them. They're in there. That's 2 in the trailer. If I could just get Biscuit in there. I gotta root through the straw to find all these marshmallows. Don't push on me. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, I got those 2 in. So I just need the last one to go up the ramp and get inside. And I'll pull the ramp off the back of the trailer and shut the door. So I'm gonna see if I find a T-post or maybe something else that I can slide in the chute. That way, once he starts walking up the chute, he can't go backwards. This will probably work. It's a shovel with a metal handle. All right, we're gonna try plan B. I went and got honey roasted peanuts. I don't know if this will work, but I thought, give it a try. Oh, Biscuit, you're right there. He was inside. I could have done it. You could. Oh my, you want him. He wants them. Come on. Well, I'm trying to patiently play the waiting game. I wish I would have realized he was in the trailer when I showed up here. I would have been a lot quieter. And I would have tried to get the shovel stuck in there so he couldn't have backed out. All right, we got him with the shovel. He can't back out. He's gonna try. Hey, nope. Nope, nope. You're gonna bend my shovel. You're a pain in the butt. I apparently need 2 shovels. I'll be patient again and see if he goes back in. I've got a post hole digger this time, so I can do a shovel and a post hole digger. Can't believe he went up over that. So we finally got all the pigs in the trailer last night. Had to try plan C, and I had to wait for Rebecca to get home to be able to do that. But we were able to get them in. It was after dark, so didn't get any of it on camera. So on plan C, I did a couple things differently. One, I put a strap across the top of this because they kept on bowing this out. I was afraid they're gonna break the side off. So I put a strap around this, and that helped him from being able to go up over the shovel like he did the first time. And the second piece of the puzzle is I put another hog panel on this side. And then once the pig got in here, I was able to squeeze this down. And then every time he moved forward, I would just keep pinching this down until he had nowhere to go onto the chute. And then after that, once he got on the chute, we started putting the shovel behind him so he couldn't back up until he finally got in the trailer. So I just got back from dropping the pigs off at the processor. And yesterday I actually had one of the guys I used to work with, he contacted me and said he had some IBC totes that I could get. So I was able to just drop by and get those on the way home. So I've got 4 more IBC totes in here that I can cut up and modify so I can turn them into these firewood totes back here. And when I went to pick them up, one of the guys I graduated with, he was there, and they helped me get these loaded. So thanks to Troy and Philip for helping get me these IBC totes. I do appreciate it. So I originally thought when I got home I would try to get all the straw out of here, see if I can put it on the compost pile. But I think in a week or so we're supposed to get the bull that we're renting. Plus we may end up picking up the young bull that we're purchasing. So I'll be hauling animals in this here pretty soon. So I might just go ahead and leave this all in here for now. So I called the processor to find out what the live weights of the pigs were, and the biggest one was 390 pounds, and then the other 2 were 340 pounds. And I know a lot of people shoot for about 250-pound weight. I try to shoot for about 300, but I definitely got them into the butcher late. I wish I would have had them in a month and a half earlier than this. That's why they ended up so big, and they were booked out by the time I called them. So me and Rebecca, we're gonna get a half of a hog this year. My parents get a half of a hog. My aunt gets some. A couple of our friends get some. It just goes to friends and family. And we do not, I just want to be clear, we don't make money off of raising pigs. I basically shoot for breaking even. And we got a good quality product and a freezer full of pork when we're done. But this is not a money making operation. That's why we only raise around 3. Typically 3 every year. I think last year we raised 4. But we just don't make money off of it. It's just kind of, if you're going to raise a pig for yourself, you don't want that animal to be alone. So you always need to raise them in at least pairs. And so you're ending up raising extra meat that you don't need. So in the end, you know, for us raising food for ourselves, we just end up raising some for friends and family as well. But it is not a money-making operation at all. So I just want to be clear on that. It's just something that we do and we enjoy every year, raising the pigs until it gets to this point in time and they're that big. And then, yeah, you're definitely ready for them to go by the time they get as big as they were. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to head inside and see if I can put all this footage together and get this video posted. So I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.